Cathy Engelbert told the women of this league to embrace the grind and trust the process. She looked franchise stars in the eye and preached patience while denying them basic travel accommodations. But behind the closed doors of the league office, the commissioner was never playing the same game as the athletes. She was quietly drafting the ultimate corporate escape hatch. The ink is dry on a catastrophic $12 million exit package that the front office desperately tried to bury. This is not just a golden parachute.
Yo, if you love real basketball stories, deep dives, and the drama behind the game, you're in the right place. But if you want to take it to the next level, hit that join button. Members get exclusive content, early access, and behind-the-scenes drops you won't see anywhere else. Plus, you're directly supporting the channel and helping us bring you even better content. So if you rock with Basketball Spilled, become a member today. Let's keep the game alive.
It is a massive slap in the face to every player fighting for a living wage. The commissioner secured an 8-figure payday, specifically designed to keep her mouth shut when the whole system inevitably collapses. The league office works overtime to keep these financial realities hidden from the public. They want you distracted by on-court drama, so you never look at the corporate ledger. But we do not play their game here. It is time to join the truth seekers and expose the real villains running this league. Hit that subscribe button right now and join the inner circle for our exclusive weekly documentary drops. Use the hype button and drop a super thanks to support this independent investigation. We are going to rip the lid off this corrupt front office, and we need you in the trenches with us. Let us look at the exact breakdown of this $12 million severance clause. The 43-page corporate document outlines a staggering financial cushion for a commissioner who routinely cried poor to the press. The baseline payout guarantees her $8 million the moment she vacates the big chair. This money is completely unattached to the actual financial growth of the league or player compensation metrics. It is a blank check funded by the blood, sweat, and torn ligaments of the women actually putting the ball in the hoop. The remaining $4 million is tied up in the most aggressive, non-disclosure agreement in modern sports history. They are literally paying her millions to walk away and never speak about the financial skeletons buried under the boardroom floor. Clause 4 of the leaked document explicitly states the commissioner forfeits this bonus if she ever discusses team profitability. It is a massive hush money operation disguised as a corporate severance structure. The league is terrified of what the public would do if the real accounting numbers got out. When the Players Association asked for a larger slice of the broadcast revenue, Engelbert cited tight margins and long-term sustainability. She demanded athletes take the subway to games and fly commercial, while she locked in her own generational wealth. The contract language specifically protects her personal payout, even if the league operates at a massive deficit. This means if television ratings tank or a massive sponsor pulls out, the players take the financial hit. But the commissioner still gets her $12 million wired directly to her accounts. It is the ultimate parasitic corporate structure. She built a firewall around her own bank account while leaving the players completely exposed to market volatility. The hypocrisy is absolutely sickening. She mandated financial sacrifice for the talent while treating the league vault like her personal piggy bank. Every single time she gave an interview about fiscal responsibility, she was lying through her teeth. The financial documents leaked straight from the league accounting department paint a very dark picture. Executives quietly shifted massive marketing budgets to cover the insurance premiums on this exact exit package. Money that was supposed to promote rookie stars and build national campaigns was diverted to protect one woman's golden parachute. This diversion of funds crippled the promotional reach of the league during a critical growth period. The commissioner actively sabotaged the marketing department to ensure her $12 million was fully guaranteed. This $12 million safety net was negotiated months ago, while players were actively begging for charter flights. Every time a team was left stranded at an airport terminal, sleeping on their luggage, the commissioner knew she had $12 million waiting for her. She looked into the cameras and said the math just did not work for private travel, but the math worked perfectly to fund her extravagant corporate buyout. The players were physically breaking down in airport waiting areas while the front office finalized her offshore direct deposits. Let us dive deeper into the performance bonuses baked into this exit strategy. The commissioner actually gets paid a premium for keeping player salaries suppressed during the last round of negotiations. Section 12 of the severance package reveals her exit number balloons based on how much money she saved the owners. She is literally being rewarded for keeping the athletes underpaid and overworked. This is not a standard corporate severance. It is a bounty payout for actively harming the earning potential of the most talented women on the planet. The Players Association trusted her to negotiate in good faith to grow the pie for everyone. Instead, she baked herself an entirely separate cake and locked the kitchen door. The betrayal is absolute, and it cuts straight to the core of the upcoming labor war. The league office operated as a cartel designed to enrich the commissioner at the direct expense of the roster. You have to look at the timeline to truly understand the sheer malice of this contract. The final signatures on this $12 million agreement were executed during the exact same week the New York Liberty were fined for using charter flights. The commissioner aggressively punished a franchise for treating its players like professionals. She levied historic fines against the team ownership for violating the commercial travel mandate. But at the exact same moment, her lawyers were finalizing an 8-figure golden parachute. She weaponized the league rulebook to keep the players exhausted and vulnerable. She wanted the athletes too tired from commercial travel to realize she was emptying the corporate vault. This specific exit clause completely destroys any remaining trust between the league office and the locker rooms. You cannot demand blind loyalty from athletes making a fraction of their market value when you're secretly hoarding the profits. The entire narrative of a league struggling to find its financial footing was a calculated lie. They had the money the entire time. They just decided the commissioner was worth more than the physical safety and professional dignity of the players. The $12 million represents everything broken about the current leadership regime. It is a monument to corporate greed masked as progressive sports management. The front office expected this contract to stay completely buried until she finally walked out the door. But the truth always spills out eventually. What the cameras missed was the absolute locker room explosion when these financial details finally hit the player group chats. Franchise leaders and veteran voices immediately recognized the magnitude of this betrayal. The days of playing nice with the front office are completely over. Players are now demanding a total forensic audit of the league finances before they even sit down at the bargaining table. The $12 million exit clause is the smoking gun that proves the league has been cooking the books. The athletes are realizing that every denied request for better facilities or better medical care was a direct result of executive greed. The locker rooms are mobilizing right now for an unprecedented labor strike. The commissioner thought she could quietly secure her bag and walk away from the collateral damage. She vastly underestimated the intelligence and the fury of the players she manipulated. The commissioner spent years cultivating an image as a champion for women's sports. She posed for magazine covers and collected awards for her visionary leadership. But the real legacy is written in the fine print of that 43-page severance document. She is a corporate mercenary who used the professional game as a stepping stone to secure her own wealth. When the veterans confronted the league office about the leaked documents, the executives went into full panic mode. They tried to claim the $12 million was a standard retention strategy used in all major sports. But the players aren't stupid. They know that other executives negotiate massive deals based on billions in generated revenue. This package was negotiated based on artificial scarcity and player exploitation. The executives tried to run damage control, but the locker room doors are already slammed shut. The league is a toxic presence, actively destroying the growth of the game from the inside out. Her manipulative tactics have alienated the biggest stars and fractured the relationship with the Players Association beyond repair. She cannot walk into single arena right now without facing the absolute contempt of the women she lied to. The referees and the coaches know exactly what is happening behind the scenes, too. The entire ecosystem of the league is infected by this top-down corruption. She created an environment where corporate survival is prioritized over basketball excellence. It's a sick culture, and it starts right at her desk. Her credibility is completely gone, and no amount of public relations spin can bring it back. The front office is a sinking ship, and the captain already secured the only life raft. Think about the brand deals and sponsorships that were lost because the league office refused to invest in player marketing. The commissioner prioritized her own $12 million safety net over building a sustainable commercial empire for the athletes. When a major shoe company wanted to partner with a rising star, the league often threw up bureaucratic roadblocks. They didn't want any player getting too much leverage or financial independence. A financially independent locker room is a threat to the power structure of the front office, so they kept the players hungry and desperate while the commissioner quietly built her own financial fortress. It is the definition of a manipulative executive strategy. She played chess with their livelihoods. The collective bargaining agreement is going to be an absolute bloodbath. The players are bringing this $12 million contract to the negotiation table and shoving it right in the faces of the owners. There will be no more compromises and no more taking pay cuts for the good of the game. The good of the game was a myth used to line the pockets of the commissioner. The athletes are coming for every single dime of the broadcast revenue, and they are not backing down. If the league tries to lock them out, the players are fully prepared to walk away. They would rather burn the current system to the ground than play another minute under this corrupt leadership regime. The commissioner thought she outsmarted everyone with her secret exit clause. Instead, she triggered the absolute destruction of her own reputation and ignited a war she cannot possibly win. Her 8-figure payday is completely tainted by the lies and the manipulation required to secure it. She will leave this league not as a trailblazer, but as the ultimate corporate villain who sold out the players for a golden parachute. The $12 million will forever be tied to the shattered trust and the broken promises left in her wake. The players are taking their power back, and they are starting by exposing the executive rot at the very top. She wrote her own ticket out of town, but she destroyed her legacy to do it. The game always remembers who played it the wrong way.